We're about to break down my 7-round mock draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers on today's video. But if you want a mock draft with trades, the new draft sims are quite good at that side, then like the video. Show us that that is something you want here on Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. Welcome into Pittsburgh Steelers Talk. I am Tom Downey. A couple of rules and regulations I'll hit quickly here before we break down my picks beginning with round one. All the draft sims are broken. They don't really quite provide yet the likelihood of who's going to be there, so just keep that in mind when I find steals on day 2 and day 3. And did not do trades this time around, and if I can't fill all the needs. I can't do it. There's too many right now with only so many picks, so just pretend if I didn't take a particular position that I fill that need via free agency. All right, round one. Some notable picks off the board here. Again, the sims are broken. I do what I can. 2 QBs went off the board, Matt Corral and Sam Howell. Okay, I would argue that both those guys could be on the board for Pittsburgh, but hey, look, the draft gets weird. We know that's going to happen. Remember when Tyson Alualu went top 10. Charles Cross, the rest of the tackles off the board as well. Tyler Linderbaum is gone. The top corners are off the board as well. So some notable players who are on the board at pick number 20. There is Kenny Pickett, the QB, and Malik Willis. Don't blame me, blame the sim. I ran it like 3 different times, kept happening. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah, is on the board still. Bit of a slide. Jordan Davis, if you want to go with a big guy up the middle. Kenyon Green is the best available lineman left. I think he's more of a guard, but I was intrigued by him. So of these 5 players, who would you pick? And look, I'm not going to let you write on the people because it just gets too complicated because there's guys that are off the board. Type KP for Kenny Pickett. Type MW for Malik Willis. DL for Devin Lloyd, JD for Jordan Davis, or KG for Kenyon Green. I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Round 1, pick 20, I'm going to go with Kenny Pickett. I would argue he is the most pro-ready prospect in this year's draft. And, of course, he has the familiarity with offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Now, he should be pro-ready. He's coming off a breakout year similar to Joe Burrow that's been a popular comp. He's not as good as Burrow, does not have the just pinpoint accuracy, and is not as good under pressure as Burrow is. And, yes, he does have tiny hands. That will be a thing for NFL. I'm sorry, don't laugh at me, Producer Race. That's a real thing. That's going to be a thing that NFL teams ding him for, especially when there was a bit of a fumbling problem at Pitt in college. Now, he's a pretty solid prospect. His arm's not elite, but he offers mobility, which I think is a big deal for the Matt Canada offense. He's pretty accurate. There aren't that many complaints you can make beyond the fumbling, the hand size, and just not being a real high toolsy prospect. But fit matters. And fit and destination matter a lot more than I think we generally want to be. We want to say, oh, well, if they're good, that they'll thrive no matter where they go. It's not always the case. And Pickett's numbers this year, as the Pitt offense finally got a bit better around him, was awesome. 67% completion percentage, over 4,000 yards, 42 touchdowns, 7 INTs. He and Malik Willis are very different prospects. Malik Willis is the toolsy kid. He's got the arm. He's got the athletic ability. I think Pickett is far better at reading a defense, at being able to look around and say, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and that. He offers some mobility, by the way. Pickett's not a statue in the pocket like some other prospects are this year. I comp him, Pickett, to a Teddy Bridgewater, who I loved, by the way. Coming out, it was my QB1 that year. I've got Willis as my QB1 this year, Pickett as my QB2. But for Pittsburgh, the fit, and I think if you bring in Kenny Pickett, you're probably going to be a playoff team, I think, in year 1. That's how I think ready he is to make an impact there. I'm going Pickett over Malik Willis specifically for this team. Other teams, maybe not so much. Pittsburgh, I got Pickett there. So what do you think? Did I make the right pick at number 20? You can tell me no or tell me yes. Get those votes in, Y or N, in the comments section. Now, we got a deal for you guys here. This t-shirt hat combo pack is 25% off at chatsports.com Steelers combo. It is very difficult to find a t-shirt or a hat that's officially licensed by the NFL for under $30. You can get both of them for that price. So go check the comment section. Go check the description as well. chatsports.com/Steelers combo. That link in there for you guys. Round 2 now. Pick number 52. Notable guys off the board. Jaquan Brisker is gone. Lewis Seen is gone. Trent McDuffie slides. I thought about him at 20. He goes all the way mid-round 2. I would have sprinted the podium with that pick. 2 notable linemen off the board here, both interior guys. Zion Johnson out of Boston College and Sean Ryan out of UCLA. They could be in play for the Steelers pick at 52. But somebody else slipped. That is Bernhard Raimann. The Austrian-born offensive lineman has not played football for that long. He added 60 pounds in 2 years. Now, his arm length is not ideal. He was a tight end by trade at Central Michigan, moved over to left tackle for CMU. And look, maybe he ends up moving to right tackle. That's a possibility. He's a very good athlete. He looks like a tight end convert there. Played the best football of his career down the stretch. Still got some technique work, still looks a little bit raw, but I think for Pittsburgh, finding a guy that's been hyped as a potential round 1 pick in round 2 is a fantastic addition. Now, maybe you move one of Moore or Raimann over to right tackle. I'm fine with that. We'll pretend I take care of center and or guard in free agency, because again, I can't fill all the needs for Pittsburgh, but offensive line unquestionably is a pretty big one, and it's going to need to be addressed and upgraded if you want to have more success, especially running the football. You got a great back in Najee Harris. Now he's got to find more holes to run. So what would you rate the Steelers' offensive line last season? Scale it for me 1 to 10. 1 being you think it's terrible, you want to spend all the picks on it. 10 being it's good. It's got to give it time. It's going to be just fine. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section and in the description. Draft sims are broken. I got Chad Muma in the 3rd round. I like him. I got a second round or an early second round grade on him here. Muma is a safety to linebacker, as I just consult my notes here. I don't have these guys memorized yet. A second round or a safety converted to linebacker. Great against the run. Great athlete. There was a play, by the way, in the Senior Bowl. Malik Willis is running across field. He's going to score a touchdown on an incredible run, but Muma is the one that runs him down, takes a great pursuit angle. He's a good athlete. Now, 3 interceptions this year, no pass breakups. I don't see an elite blitzer. I don't see an elite coverage guy, but I think he can hold up, especially in more of those hook zones in coverage. You get him in the 3rd round, I think he's a potential starter for you quickly at inside linebacker, where maybe Buddy Johnson's a piece for you. He didn't make any real impact this year. Devin Bush is, well, he's got a bit of an uncertain future. He did not play this well. Did not play very well this past year. So Joe Schobert's not going to be brought back at his cap hit. Other guys, Ulysses Gilbert to Gray Scales, more of an inside guy. That doesn't really help you at all. So I think for the Steelers, getting a linebacker who I think could start day 1 for you in the 3rd round would be an awesome selection. And if you believe in Buddy Johnson, you could maybe listen on trade offers for Devin Bush, who, again, had a very disappointing year for Pittsburgh. Even if you do think he is a piece, I'm not sure you think Buddy Johnson is a piece, beyond maybe in a rotation guy. The value of Muma here made it a no-brainer for me. I've got a 2nd-round grade on him. He's not a power player, good athlete, can help you a lot against the run. I think he should go borderline top 50. To get him here outside the top 75 is a steal. Now, if you want more Steelers videos, hit that big red button and subscribe today here at Steelers Talk. We got free videos coming out almost every single day on everything going on around the Pittsburgh Steelers. Skyy Moore is my pick here in round 4. I'm double dipping with Mid-American Conference players. I got a 2nd-round grade on Skyy Moore. He has not been hyped up that much. I think there's a better chance he goes, more top 100 than top 75. He might be a slot only in the NFL, but his production was awesome. He doesn't drop passes. He led college football last year among receivers with 26 missed tackles. He was not schemed for at Western Michigan. I think he's a really high-quality football player. He's going to be like my wide receiver 7 or 8. To get him at 138 is a steal because, again, the Sims are all broken. And Look, Juju Smith-Schuster might be leaving. I would bet he is leaving this offseason. That leaves you with guys like Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool, and I think Moore could get some run on the outside, at least in certain situations if you want to move Claypool inside some. The value was way too good for me to pass that one up. All right, round 7 now. We'll spend a little bit less time since these are just guesses here. Christopher Allen had some buzz entering this year, but missed all of 2021. Injuries are a big red flag. He's a strong fit in the 3-4 system that the Steelers like to run. Not an elite bender, but he's got good power, good burst, upside rusher here. I love the pick of Quincy Roche. He actually played pretty well for the Giants once he got on the field. Depth at edge certainly makes sense. And there's Vincent Gray, the cornerback from Michigan, a couple of picks later here with the other 7th-round pick the Steelers have right now on the Pro Football Network simulator. Solid size, willing tackler, decent athlete. That screams special teamer, and in round 7, that's more or less all you're going to be able to get. So my Steelers mock draft, the results here. Kenny Pickett goes in round 1, number 20 overall. There's your franchise QB. Bernhard Raimann, potential tackle option in round 2. Chad Muma, I think an instant starter at linebacker. I might have Muma higher than Raimann on my board, but I went need then value round 2, round 3. Skyy Moore, I think a steal in the 4th round. And 2 7th-round selections, Christopher Allen and Vincent Gray out of Alabama and Michigan, respectively. So grade my mock draft. And I look, if you don't like it, that's fine. It's just an opinion. We'll do plenty of other mock drafts in the future. So grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F.